I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly, and we are back with another video. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video and checking us out, and I really hope you'll hit that subscribe button, guys. If you like true crime stories, news, and political commentary, then I think you would greatly enjoy, and I would very much appreciate anything that you can do. Like, comment on the video, whatever it is. It really does help me out, and I appreciate you. And if you are not new to the channel, if you're a returning listener or subscriber, thank you so much for being a friend, guys. That means so much to me, and I very much appreciate all of you as well. So, guys, I wanted to jump on here. It is Memorial Day 2023. I hope you guys had a great one, and if you are a service member or have somebody in your family that served in any portion of the military, then thank you guys so much for your service. I really appreciate all of you that have served and tried to defend what was once a very great country. So I wanted to come on here and talk about the disgraceful aspect of this country, though. I know it's kind of, I don't know if you could call it like being a Debbie Downer or you know, raining on a holiday parade, but I look at it as a way of hopefully motivating all of us as Americans to really hold our politicians and our government accountable for all of the shenanigans and all of the outrageous shit that they like to do to us on a daily basis, and today's no different. So we're going to go over just a few stories that I have come across recently, and, you know, that really just drives the point home of how much it is that our government seeks to work against us, and how much this country has been, you know, really hurt and affected by all of the people who seek to destroy it. So we're going to get into a few articles here, guys, a few videos, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on all of this. It shouldn't be too long of a video, but let's jump into it from here. I want to get into first, of course, what would this video be called? The State of Disgrace, without none other than, you know, our leader, our 81 million vote getting, you know, so-called president, former vice president in chief, you know, Joe Poopy Pants Biden. So let's get into a video and see what's going on in the world of Joe Biden. Okay. Let's start with this. This was the ceremony, and this is kind of a little compare and contrast video that we're going to see here. So the top portion is a video of Trump during Memorial Day ceremonies, and the bottom, pay special attention to the bottom, is Joe Biden looking lost, mouth open. He's a mouth breather, first of all, and just looking utterly confused, and possibly like he just might have shit himself. You know, that's, I mean, we're never surprised to see that, but just notice the difference, guys, in demeanor, in authority, in stature, all of it. Just notice. Just let me know what you guys see. Close your mouth.
Present arms. Present.
Look at that salute. That thing is stiffy. Okay. So there we have it, guys. Did y'all notice any difference? Some, you know, the haters might say no. The haters might say that, you know, they see a competent man at the bottom of the screen. Me, on the other hand, I do not. I personally just do not. So yeah, he was lost, confused, and yawning was three adjectives that would accurately describe Joe Biden on any given day. So let's get on to our next issue at hand, and this one's pretty outrageous in and of itself. Okay, so this was Senator Lindsey Graham, guys, and if you guys are, if is anybody here who's currently watching this video from South Carolina, I would love to, excuse me, you're gonna wait. I would love for you guys to comment down below and let me know, what do y'all think of this piece of shit senator who so gleefully delighted in the idea of murdered Russians during war. Okay, I think this is disgusting. So I'm just let the clip speak for itself, guys.
For your coming. Thank you very much. Thanks.
He's probably got a heart on underneath the table. We all know you are lighting the loafers, Lindsay.
United States people of the United States
Shut up,
will big
midget.
support. President
You make me sick,
Biden,
too.
bipartisan
Yes.
support, Congress, and really we thank you so much.
Bipartisan support.
Yes, it's very important to
Bipartisan my ass.
we know that from first days we have total support. It's about 38
Look at
billion,
him.
and
Ugh.
big support, very
The
important.
best money we've ever spent.
Hello?
Thank you so much.
No, it's, we're on let's see, this is 457th day of a war that was supposed to last 3 days.
Yeah,
You
because the
amaze
Ukrainians
me.
suck.
Country amazes me.
It's about our people and about your people. Your people
Yo,
have.
you just said it yourself. The war was supposed to last 3 days, and Ukraine sucks so bad at fighting a war against the Russians that here we are. Well, of course, why would y'all have any motivation to end a war that lines all of you guys' pockets? So let's just be honest about it, Lindsay, okay? Let's just be honest. We're going to be honest. The war was never going to be 3 days, okay? As long as y'all could milk this cow for as long as it was, as long as it was beneficial to all of you corrupt and crooked politicians, that's what y'all were going to do, okay, sir? Just get that stupid shit-eating grin off your face and stop, manhandling Zelensky's balls in your mouth, okay?
Help our people, all our
You
appreciations.
you remind me of our better selves in America.
God.
That there was a time in America that we were this way,
Gross.
fighting to the last person. We're going to be free or die.
Why don't you move to Ukraine, you loser?
Free or die.
Now you are free,
Yes.
and we will be.
And the Russians are dying.
Wow.
Yes, but they came to our territory.
Yeah.
We are not fighting on their territory.
The Russians are dying. The best money we've ever spent, according to Senator Lindsey Graham. Killing people in war is the best money we have ever spent. And this comes out of BBC News shortly after that video is released. Lindsey Graham, Russia issues arrest warrant for top Republican. I approve this message. I approve this message. Russia, I hope you guys get him, because he has been out of pocket and out of line for a very long time. And he is disgusting for those comments. Even if you are like a Ukraine shill, okay? How disgusting are you to actually acknowledge and say that out of your mouth? Even if that's what you believe. Just for a second, do you not stop to think that maybe this is crass, or maybe this is too much? Maybe this is going too far. No? Okay. Yeah. So after Moscow criticized Senator Graham's comments last week, with Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov telling reporters it's hard to imagine a greater shame for the country than having such senators. And I agree, Dmitry, well said, very well said. Finally, here's an offer to my Russian friends who want to arrest and try wait, I'm sorry, this is, what? These are Senator Lindsey Graham's comments? Okay. So what is this? The top Republican said he would wear the warrant as a badge of honor. To know that my commitment to Ukraine has drawn the ire of Putin's regime brings me immense joy. Senator Graham wrote in a Twitter post on Monday, I will continue to stand with and for Ukraine's freedom until every Russian soldier is expelled from Ukrainian territory. Well, you're going to be waiting a long time, probably till you're dead, hopefully. Finally, here's an offer to my Russian friends who want to arrest and try me for calling out Putin's regime as being war criminals. I will submit to jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court if you do. Oh, really? So, ICC, guys, Putin, Russia, can we get that going? Can we get a warrant via the ICC yesterday so we can get this man to court? Put his ass in jail. Lock him up. We don't want him here. Russia can have him. That's how he feels. He wants to talk about gleefully killing people in war. How disgusting of a person are you? Okay? Sick. So there you have it, guys. As Lindsey Graham said, he revels in the fact that Russians are dying in this war that nobody voted for, that all of our tax dollars have gone to, over $100 billion in tax dollars that nobody authorized, none of the people voted for, and Lindsey Graham could not be happier to sit at this table and stroke Zelensky's midget ego and his micro penis. Okay, I'm sorry to be crass, but he's disgusting, and that comment absolutely enraged me. Because first of all, even like I said, guys, even if you are whatever, show for Ukraine, or if you believe in this war or whatever, like for you to even say that, like to even be supportive of any war where anybody is dying, how inhumane and how disgusting are you as a person? Just please tell me that, because I find this to be deplorable, absolutely disgusting. So let's move on to another deplorable human being. I want to show you guys just some clips from AOC's recent event where she was heckled mercilessly. And I love to see that, guys. This kind of feeds back into what we're talking about with the Russia-Ukraine situation. And I love that her constituents are finally holding her accountable for all of her piss poor, legislating that she's doing in Congress.
So next, we're going to go with nuclear war with Russia. We're sending F-16. If we send F-16s, we're on the verge of nuclear war.
Oh, somebody's talking about drag queen story hours back here. Wow.
It's not okay. Are you going to stop this war? You're going to stop this war. That's my question.
Oh my God. AOC, stop pushing drag queen story hours, Agenda 2030. Somebody said AOC is a criminal. I love this energy. See, I think people are getting inspired, and I love to see that, y'all. Like, we absolutely have to hold these people accountable. Like, I think people forgot for a while that these politicians, they work for us. They answer to us. We vote them in. We can vote them out. And as long as they are in office, it is up to us to confront these people when they do a job that is unsatisfactory or downright, like, just wrong. I mean, these people are morally wrong. They're reprehensible. So this is beautiful. We love to see this.
Are we gonna? Yeah, we know about the chamber. Yeah, we know about the chamber. Why are you afraid of your constituents?
All these people like who shout others down that do this, you people are the worst. Oh my God. You are probably all the ones that have Ukraine flags in your bios. And I don't mean you guys watching this video. I mean the ones that don't let people who shout down these politicians or who shout down these elitists at events, and then other people want to boo the people who are shouting them down. Y'all are disgusting. So what? What are you doing? You're on the side of the elitist or the sham politician? Like, what are you even doing? Like, do you even see yourself in the mirror? Do you even look at yourself, at your own reflection, and understand that you are a sheep person who has no soul? Because I hope you know that.
Activity, because it has been creating a lot of harm to poor and indigenous people.
Girl, shut the hell up. She is such a joke. Oh my God. So there's one more video I want to show y'all. She's such a joke. And then she laughed about it. And then she laughed. She does not take these people seriously. These are her constituents. And in my last video, I showed you guys like how these people don't even care. They're playing in everyone's face. My state senator, Fred Mills, decided in his last year of being in office, whenever he was no longer eligible for re-election, that he was just going to do whatever the hell he wanted to do. And that's what a lot of times these people do. They will play along to get along to, try to like fly under the radar, get away with as much as they can. And then on their way out, they'll go ahead and show their real feelings. Some of them actually, just show their real feelings from the beginning. and just play in everybody's face. It's like AOC lives in a district that is very much deep blue, and she knows that like it's very unlikely for her to get primaried or for her to get, you know, any sort of challenge. But people are finally waking up. So let's see what this man has to say.
So, sorry, sir, we're taking lines. Sir, we're taking lines. Sir, we're having speakers.
American citizens before migrants.
Thank you.
Get him off them.
American citizens. Don't you touch me. Don't touch me. Get your hands off me. Where are you on the migrant issue? You're absent. American citizens. You're throwing veterans out of this country. Where are you? You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
This guy is such a Sir, what's up with your knees? Did you like fall while you were I was about to say something really vulgar. Oh my god, I hate these people so much.
Okay.
Look at her laughing. It's funny to you, bitch. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta move on because this lady. Oh my god, but keep doing this, guys. More of this. Always more of this, okay? Anytime you can, you know, legitimately confront these people, and I don't mean in a violent way. I mean in this fashion here. When they do events, when they do town halls, when they make speeches, when they are available to you in a forum that, like, you know, they're either speaking or you can, you know, even you can go to their office oftentimes and make, you know, ask for a meeting with these people. This is a thing that we can do, and we have to start doing it. So, love to see this. This is beautiful. And let's move on, guys. I wanted to show y'all this video of Candace Owens speaking on a WEF warning, okay, that was that she was trying to alert people to, and she has a very good point here. So let's watch this video here.
What would you do if they brought the power grid down? And by they, I mean if the government purposefully brought the power grid down. And I'm not asking that question for fun. I'm asking that question because the World Economic Forum is predicting that a cyber pandemic, you can look this up, they've been running exercises about it this year, is inevitable. You're probably saying, what is a cyber pandemic? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, what are we even talking about? Well, first and foremost, the reason I'm even paying attention to the World Economic Forum and their exercises is because they notoriously, in 2019, ran an exercise for a coronavirus pandemic that oddly all became true. I mean, without one slight difference, they said that the coronavirus was going to escape from a wet market in South America. Of course, when the coronavirus swept the world in 2020, they said that it escaped from a wet market in China. You can still look that up, by the way. That's not a conspiracy theory. They simulated that coronavirus pandemic. It was the World Economic Forum in collaboration with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, in collaboration with Johns Hopkins University. And the website is still up, and they say, you know, the coronavirus pandemic is inevitable. And then boom, it happened the very next year. So people say it's a conspiracy theory to believe that they knew that the coronavirus pandemic was going to happen. You don't have to believe it was a conspiracy theory, or you can believe it wasn't a conspiracy theory. It's up to you. I don't really care. The point is that they made the prediction, they called it inevitable, and then it happened immediately. So for me personally, that signals to me that I should probably pay attention the next time the World Economic Forum makes a prediction and calls it inevitable. And lo and behold, they are predicting that a coronavirus pandemic, a cyber pandemic, is going to happen, and that it is once again inevitable. So if you look into the exercise that they have run this year, I believe they ran it in July. They've been meeting and talking about the cyber pandemic, what it would look like. Essentially, their idea is that they're going to have to sanitize the internet because a bug, think of it as like a coronavirus for your computer, is going to sweep globally, and the only way they're going to be able to stop this bug from infecting everything is to effectively shut down the internet, right? And they were talking about bringing down the power grid in an effort to do this. So imagine the government bringing down the power grid, and you would not have access to anything that required an electrical charge.
So pretty scary stuff right there that she's describing, and I believe it, honestly. I truly do, because they're definitely up to something. And, you know, I'll show you guys here. There were multiples of articles. And this, I believe, is what she's talking about. The Global Cybersecurity Outlook of 2023. Okay, so this happened in January, and this man was speaking on basically what's going to happen. Geopolitical developments and the implementation of emerging technologies have reshaped the cyber threat and increased organized cyber attackers' potential for harm. This is exacerbating our interconnected energy, economic, and geopolitical crises. The Global Cybersecurity Outlook 2023 examines the cybersecurity trends that will impact our economies and societies in 2023. The report includes the results of new research on how leaders are responding to cyber threats now, and provides recommendations on what leaders can do to secure their organizations in the year to come. And they are basically saying that this is going to be inevitable. I will link this video in the description if you guys want to check it out. This is straight from the World Economic Health Forum website, guys. There's multiples of articles about this, okay? You know, this is from popularmechanics.com. A catastrophic mutating event will strike the world in 2 years, report says. Okay, this was published right after that event in January of 2023. So the report says business leaders believe a catastrophic cyber event is coming. Cybercrime will grow from a $3 trillion industry in 2015 to a $10.5 trillion industry by 2025. The unpredictable nature of cybercrime increases threats. So the 2023 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland has filled us with lots of uplifting predictions, like how companies will soon decode our brainwaves. The latest warns of a global catastrophic cyber event in the very near future. So very terrifying stuff, guys. And I will show you a short that I made just the other day. This is on my YouTube channel about, you know, something is coming, okay? And I just want you guys to pay attention and be aware of what it is that, you know, they are plotting on and trying to do behind all of our backs. So let's get into this from my...
Look at this. On its official government website, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has announced the purchase of anti-radiation drugs to the tune of more than $290 million. Marnie, that anti-radiation drug is being manufactured right here in the United States at a California-based pharmaceutical company.
Yes. That's suspicious.
Chemical is commonly used in fertilizers, but it was also used in the deadly 1995 terror bombing of a federal building in Oklahoma City. The company shipping the chemicals says a train left Wyoming last month and arrived at its destination in California with one car completely empty.
That's weird.
We have confirmation here today that dozens of U.S. senators have been issued satellite phones to be used during an emergency situation. And this situation is what they're dubbing a disruptive event. Apparently, our senators are being told that something is incoming.
It's over. We are screwed. This is the worst.
So yeah, guys,
look at this.
I hope y'all are ready for what's to come. The senators are getting satellite phones issued to them, and nobody has an explanation for why. You know, 30 tons of like explosive chemicals are being disappeared from train cars. Radiation drugs are being bought. What do they know? What do they know that they're not telling everyone else? It seems a little weird, suspicious. I don't know. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think? Does this signal anything for you guys? Or, you know, are you one of those people that just wants to bury your head in the sand? Are you guys not worried about it? Or let me know what your thoughts are. Honestly, whatever they are, genuinely, I would love to hear them in the comments down below. Now let's get into the last few things here. I'm going to try to move through these kind of quick. This was reposted or retweeted by Kelly J. Keene, and I liked her caption a lot. This should make you break whatever silence you think is keeping you safe. So let's see what this lady had to say here.
Biden met privately with those of us working behind the scenes, and he sat down with us and looked us in the eye, and he said, you companies can do what we government cannot.
Why don't you tell the audience about PGLE? What does it do? Why is it important? And we would love to have more companies join in.
But this story about Davos and the handful of us that found each other. So the PGLE, Partnership for Global LGBTI Equality, this is a group that was formed in collaboration with the World Economic Forum after 5 or 6 years of working behind the scenes with senior leaders at just a handful of companies. This organization was founded in January of 2019. Can you believe that? The World Economic Forum just agreed to do it this January.
Wow.
So they're in collaboration with them. We can use their channels of distribution, their brand. They're now in the mainstream, on the main stage in Davos and into the mainstream of the programming at the World Economic Forum. It's founded by 7 companies. We are signing on more. We want more. We have 14 now. But what are we committed to do? We are committed to change the world for LGBTI inclusion around the world. Not by competing with other LGBTI organizations, but by amplifying and lifting, by using the platform of the World Economic Forum, both in Davos, but also regionally and around the world. Also working with the UN, trying to get these companies you have to have signed on to the UN standards in order to join the partnership.
How many companies have signed on to that now?
270. Our goal is to get many more, and then to work around the world, both not only in sharing best practices among the companies, but their strength in numbers. So with a platform of the World Economic Forum, the power of the UN, and then finally the strength in the companies working together, where when you combine the economies, the corporate economies of those 14 countries, we're bigger than a lot of countries. So tremendous power. In Davos a couple of years ago, Vice President Biden met privately with those of us working behind the scenes, and he sat down with us and looked us in the eye, and he said,
Hello?
you companies can do what we government cannot.
So that's not terrifying at all. I mean, hello, they just say this shit, and this is the norm now. They say it out loud. They say the quiet part out loud to your fucking face, and they dare you to do something about it. So they are working with government, the WEF, World Economic Health Forum, the UN, governments, 14 countries around the world are working with numerous, who even knows how many companies, corporate companies, okay? This is fascism, people. This is the definition of fascism. Corporatism and government working together in tandem to push agendas. In this case, the LGBT, whatever, QIA fuckface agenda, that to basically push this onto everyone around the world as the norm. This is sick. This is absolutely disgusting. And if you have been wondering to yourself, why all of a sudden are we seeing all these companies come out with all of this gay propaganda? Well, look no further than this lady right here in the PGLE. Okay? It explains it all. It's very simple. This has been behind the scenes happening, as she said, for years. And they just recently have decided to all come together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya while they burn the freaking world down. So nothing to see here, guys. No big deal. Just this lesbian in a butch haircut telling us how we're going to accept all the LGBTQT people, whatever. Yeah, you're going to like it. And they're going to trans your kid, and you're going to sit down, and you're going to shut the hell up about it, okay? Or what else are you going to do about it? Nothing, okay? So take that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, wow. Okay, great. Love it. Love to see it. So, anyways, let me move on to the next thing, guys. Speaking of the United Nations, let me read this to you guys. Let's see. I'm not going to play this video. I will link this in the description, but anyways, that's, okay. So, former United Nations executive and former president of the Club of Rome for Europe confirms that the oligarchs who rule our world, the Committee of 300, are, pedophiles who control the system of global child sex trafficking and control the UN and WEF. The United Nations 2030 agenda is the same as the Davos WEF agenda, and these NGOs are both involved in global child sex trafficking. Sorry, I have to speak in like these silly, absolutely ridiculous terms in order to remain on YouTube, which is ridiculous. You should be able to talk about all the disgusting stuff that goes on around the world and, condemn it at every corner, at every turn, but apparently not. So, anyways, I have to sound like an utter idiot. The oligarchs control the chancellors, presidents, and prime ministers of the world. Donald Trump was an accident. The oligarchs did not expect him to win. The schmandemic was planned for 2016, and the food and water shortages were planned for 2020, but now have been moved to the year 2025. More than 8 million children per year disappear. 8 million is the entire population of Austria. They disappear without any information. This criminal act has to be stopped. We must fight for our children. We must protect them. The most innocent of innocents is being terrorized, tortured, and sold as sex slaves and raped 10 times a day for years. What if this was your child? So I will link both of these videos in the description below, guys. I cannot play this on YouTube whatsoever. I can't even continue reading this, I don't think. But it's very eye-opening, and I suggest if you're interested in this sort of thing, look into it, guys. Just look into it, and you will find what it is that is out there. Okay, so let me move on quickly to the next thing. Okay, from Stu Peters, South Korean customs seized thousands of capsules containing the powdered this from chopped up BABIES. Okay, so this is from the AP. So YouTube, you guys shouldn't have a problem with me playing this clip from the A freaking P, okay? Let me get into it.
South Korea reports seizing thousands of...
Hey guys, Editing Kelly here. So I was going to play the clip from the AP, but I thought better against it because of YouTube. Y'all know how they are. I didn't want to get another strike or my video yanked down, because last time I got a strike simply for talking about Balenciaga's ad campaign in which they were doing weird shit and sexualizing little tiny kids. So yeah, I just didn't want to risk it at all. So if you guys want to see the full video and commentary, you can go check out my Rumble channel. I will link it in the description down below, as well as link the short clip from the AP if you just want to see the news portion of that. But sorry about that, guys. I just could not absolutely risk it. YouTube, you suck. But this is absolutely enraging and disgusting. So let me get into the last clip, guys, and then we'll jump out of here. This is from Joe Rogan. I just can't even barely speak on any of this anymore.
This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
Sudan. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, they haven't, it's not like that plan was followed perfectly to a T, but a lot of it sure was. It's like insane that this was just said. And that's not just like if we didn't have such a corrupt press, how do they not talk about that every day? Every day. Like, why does that never come up? Oh, it's like, as we fought all of these wars, no one went, but this is exactly what I heard Mr. 4-star General tell me was your plan. And you've never come to the American people and said, this is my plan. You're just like, so, and what's really interesting about it, right, is it just reveals this the way propaganda works. Because if you think about it, we start fighting the war in Afghanistan. We're in the war in Afghanistan by late 2001. It's not till 2003 we're in Iraq, right? And then it's not till 2010 that we're in Libya. 2012 we're in Syria, you know, and then in Yemen, then in all the, and it's like each time they had their own little propaganda story for why we had to go into this war now. And you're like, no, motherfucker, this was always planned. You decided in 2001 you were doing this. So don't tell me this is because Gaddafi's about to go genocidal, or because Saddam has weapons of mass destruction, or because Bashar al-Assad is killing his own people. It's like, no. This is just your latest little excuse now for the war that you already wanted to do. And that's how this shit really works, man. It's like they decide they want to fight these wars. Then they make up a bullshit excuse that they tell the American people. Then these weapon companies rake in hundreds of billions of dollars in profits, and babies get slaughtered. Like, that's what really happens. Like, innocent men, women, and children die, get exploded to death, starve to death, get displaced. Like, it's just the most evil shit in the world. And we want to think of ourselves as the good guy.
Yeah, isn't that special, guys? We want to think of ourselves as the good guys. Just like how they had the Patriot Act written well before 9/11 happened. That was their excuse, okay? Just like how Lindsey Graham was filmed back in 2016, or maybe even like 2014 or 2015, after the initial conflict happened with Russia and Ukraine, where I believe it was Crimea that was initially taken, and he was filmed saying that the U.S. was going to back Ukraine in any war, and they were not expecting Donald Trump to win. They were expecting to escalate this war a long time ago, but that didn't happen because Donald Trump became president. All of these things are absolutely planned out, and they do this not to save democracy or whatever else they cry about. They do this not to defeat dictators or overthrow crooked governments. We are the crooked government, for God's sakes. We are the corrupt, like, world destroyers. Like, it's sick. It's sick. And it's not to say anything about this country as a people. The people of this country are literally some of the best in the world. We are moral, good people for the most part, and I truly believe that, and that's what makes me patriotic to this day. But our government and our politicians are the worst of the worst. The worst of the fucking worst, because they will smile in your face, pretend like they're good, and do the most evil, corrupt shit that anybody could ever even dream of, guys. And it all happens all in our face while they propagandize the mass majority of the population, because the majority of people are actually low IQ and don't really think about shit on a broad spectrum. And it's sad. It really is sad to see. So, you know, God bless the people of this country, and I really do think that we can turn things around, you know, if we really all as a whole wake up and stop letting these people do this to us and stop robbing us of our country. But we have to wake up. I mean, it's ridiculous at this point. So anyways, I will leave it at that. Please, guys, go ahead and like this video if you guys liked it. I would really appreciate anything that you can do. Comment, subscribe to the channel. You know, go follow me on Twitter, and that would really help me out, guys. I would appreciate that so much. And until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.